Bridal party getting put out of Airbnb on wedding day.
It's fucking ridiculous. If the bride can't even get her hair and makeup done, then we have to be at the venue, what? We have 2 hours? Where we gonna go for 2 hours? We in the middle of nowhere.
Literally in the middle of fucking nowhere.
She had 7 people.
Hair and makeup.
It don't even matter. We're not having a house party. We're doing our hair for a wedding. Like,
Hi, my name is Reina Tart. I'm a real estate agent and I also own Airbnbs and I do this for a living. I'm the one that actually went viral on TikTok regarding about kicking out a bride. So I'm here to tell my story because I think it's really important for everybody to know because I've been being harassed like nonstop and I don't think that's right because as you know, people only react on what they see. So I think it's better to tell my story. I've got a booking that was booked by a man checking in on September 12th. And on the booking, it shows only 2 people in there. And, you know, as a host, I would like to communicate with my guests prior to them coming over just to give them like a reminder about how to check in. So on September the 12th, before check-in, I sent a message to the male booker and send him the information on how to check in. And I also tried to confirmed also on my message that I saw that there's only 2 of you and we are so excited to host both of you. The check-in time is at 3:00 p.m. The second day, which is September the 13th, I get a message from the female guest telling me, letting me know that there's gonna be people coming over and there's gonna be a lot of cars and she just want to make sure that I'm aware because it's her wedding day. And this is new to me. I didn't know there's gonna be a wedding or she's gonna be a bride. She never communicated to me regarding about wedding. So she said that her guest needed a place to stay because the wedding venue is not open until before 12 o'clock. And I was thinking like, why you just told me about this? You know, if this is your big day and you planned for this for a while and you've been communicating with the wedding venue, you should know that their check-in time is not before 12. But apparently, what I gathered is that I think she booked the property for, the wedding party, which I wasn't aware of. And, we do have, requirements, right, for our guests? Because as a host, we created our own house rules. So one of the house rules is that I do need all the IDs from all the people that's actually staying on our property. Either they stay there, hang out, or stay there overnight or sleep overnight. I do need to have those IDs. This is my home. It's very special to me. This is personal. I just want to make sure the people who are those people coming in. And I never got that. And the second thing is that one of the other rule that we have is we only allowed 3 cars that can be parked in our property. And there is no street parking. There's 6 cars and there's cars parked outside. So that's actually broken the rule. You have to understand, this is all about respect. If you're going to somebody's property, you need to communicate. I have no problem if she communicated with me and letting me know about the bridal party. How could I kick her out? Ask her, how many people do you have? I even asked her, do you need place? I can find some place for them to stay. And I even suggested Margaritaville. And she said, no, they're not going to be going in there. And then after that, there's other rules that she actually broke. So in this case, I cannot make my own decision, I do have to call Airbnb, and I got Airbnb involved. Because the way that she presented it to me, she's not asking me permission. She's telling me what she's going to do. And that's the reason why I called Airbnb and told them about the rules that she actually broke. I tried to communicate with her about the policies, and it seems like she's trying to prove her point, and I can't go farther with her. Airbnb contacted me back, and I told Airbnb and I said, hey, how can I move forward on this one? Because I am not comfortable anymore of them staying in there, because really, I don't know how many people inside the house. She's not telling me how many people inside the house. So I told Airbnb, said, well, Reina, what do you think you would feel like doing? And I said, well, maybe I can call a cop. And of course, Airbnb can't really tell us what to do. So I told Airbnb like, hey, if I call a cop, that would be okay. And Airbnb said, so whatever is you're comfortable doing, you can absolutely do that because it's your property. So I messaged the female guest, and I told her, and I said, hey, I want you to vacate the property. I'll give you 30 minutes. And if you don't, I will call the cop, which I never did. Okay? No, I never called the cop, and I don't have a brother cop. When Airbnb said the cancellation, the reservation is already canceled because they have all the proof that the guests are breaking a lot of rules, house rules. So Airbnb made the decision that they can actually, cancel the reservation. And then after that, never heard from them. I said, oh, okay, well, hopefully, they get it. I got a tag on TikTok, and the tag is them showing their experience on my Airbnb. And after that, I realized, oh, okay, maybe they're gone already because, it shows on TikTok that they're actually living. I said, okay, so I went and, checked the Airbnb. And next thing I know, my phone is blowing up on Airbnb app, telling me I'm a racist, telling me this, telling me that, nasty messages. And that went on the whole day, the whole night until today. Today is the 14th, okay? I'm still getting a lot of messages.
Hi guys, my name's Angel. I'm the bride from the Airbnb video that the hairstylist posted. I just want to get on here and tell my side. I'm only going to be giving y'all facts. Not much my opinions on everything, but yeah, just showing you guys some screenshots and getting my side of the story out. That's all. Okay, so number one, I knew that my venue was not going to let me until 12. At that point, I had to figure out a situation because I have 10 bridesmaids in total, and they need to get their makeup done, and they need to start like early in the morning, okay? Second, because I needed to figure something out, I went ahead and I told my dad, hey, I need to get an Airbnb or a hotel, whatever the case may be. Also, guys, the mysterious Everett that everybody's talking about is my dad. That's it. Also, I did not tell this woman that I was having my wedding, and I don't think I needed to. And honestly, that opinion is not going to change. It's not going to change. When I book an Airbnb, when I book a hotel, I don't tell them why I'm there or what I'm doing. Quite frankly, they don't need to know. All they need to know is that I'm staying there. That's it. Now, what you guys should know is that I have 10 bridesmaids in total. I was aware that it said 6 guests maximum. And I had created, or really my maid of honor and my matron of honor, shout out to them, they created a schedule for the bridesmaids to get there to do their makeup because I knew that I couldn't have more than 6 people there. My intention was to always have 6 people there. And for everybody who doesn't believe that we were really going to do rotations, we really were. My bridesmaid, my matron of honor, got the 4 wrong, but really it was 6 people. So I told them like groups of 3 and then let the next group know when you're going to be done. Yeah, so it would have been 3 people, me, the hairstylist, and the makeup artist. That makes 6. Also, this was sent at 8:32 p.m. on Friday. Now, guys, I got back to my Airbnb at like 5 in the morning because, like I said, I went out the night before. I immediately went to bed. I was tired and I was getting married in the morning. I went to bed, and then when I woke up around like 8 in the morning, I realized that there were more than 6 people. And I realized that that was against the rules. So I messaged her and I said, good morning, just wanted to let you know that I'm getting married today. My venue is 15 minutes down the road. I let her know that so that she knew that whenever we left, it would be quick, okay? Venue won't let me and my bridesmaids in yet, but we'll around 12 p.m. By that time, we should all be gone, as well as the cars. I just wanted to let you all know that so that you didn't think it was a party or anything. I apologize for the inconvenience. Please let me know if there's anything you need from me. And again, I apologize. I apologize twice, guys. I'm not a rude person. I understand this is somebody's place, and I don't want to do anything to make them uncomfortable. She said good morning. She congratulated me on my wedding day. She told me about the policy again, and said that it was strict. And she said that she wouldn't be able to, that says accommodate your requests. I understood. Did I understand? No, but I understood that this is her place, so if that's how she feels, then that's how she feels. I said, okay, do you know where they may be able to go since only 3.5 hours? I literally just needed somewhere for them to be for 3 hours, or 3, 4, I'm bad at math, whatever. I need them to be somewhere for a short amount of time. She said that she was checking, and she asked how many there are. I said just 7. I know that for a fact in her video, it did not go through to her. So she did not see this. Guys, like I said, this Airbnb was in the middle of the forest. I'm a very type B person, so really that morning I was running off having no Wi-Fi and just doing whatever. But I did say that there were 7 people in the Airbnb. It just did not get to her, and I was running around doing stuff, so I didn't see that it didn't send. She then said, you can check Margaritaville. Like I said, guys, I just needed a place for 3.5 hours. My bridesmaids were going home after the wedding. I wanted to be with my husband. I said, because I was trying to clarify, they don't need a place to stay, just a place to wait until 12, and then they're leaving and not coming back. What I meant by that is not that they're leaving your house and not coming back. What I meant is that wherever they will be, they don't need to stay. They're not coming back. I said they aren't staying the night, just waiting. That's it. That's all I meant by that. And I can see how it may be misconstrued that I meant her place, but that's not what I meant. I just meant that I needed a place for them to be at for not an extended period of time. And she said that she understood and that it was again, and we weren't allowed on the property. La la. This was the rest of that message. I totally understand. Again, only 6 people allowed to be on the property, only 3 cars allowed to be on the property. I saw 4, and I showed you guys a screenshot, but whatever. No street parking, and all IDs need to be submitted for all guests prior to check-in. These weren't guests. Again, they were visitors. They were not going to be there for more than like 4 hours that day. And these policies were on the listing that Everett agreed to upon booking. You're violating numerous policies of ours. I'll give you 30 minutes to vacate the property. Otherwise, the sheriff will be notified to vacate you from the property. And then she confirmed yesterday it's only 2 checking in. Yeah. She didn't clarify if she needed me to leave too. So I asked her, I said, are you talking about me too? She didn't respond back until like 8 or 9:35-ish. But I was trying to figure out what to tell my dad. Yeah. Then she finally responded and said yes. And so while I said I was upset, guys, but I wasn't gonna be cursing this woman out and doing the most, so I just said, awesome, I hope you have the day you deserve, after threatening to call the sheriff on a bride who was trying to have effective communication. Lovely conversation. I didn't talk to her ever again. This says Everett canceled the reservation, and that's that. Okay, any hoodles. So yeah, I thought that this was going to be brief, but I don't think so, so I'll just do a part 2.
I don't care what happened in this video, I side with the Airbnb host. Now, while some people in the comments are arguing that the Airbnb host was probably racist, I argue that they were breaking the rules and the Airbnb host was probably enforcing them.
I just watched a response video from the Airbnb host. If y'all want to look at it, her name is Raina Tart. And all I have to say is that she has way too many rules. If that place is so sacred to you, I think you need to take it off Airbnb. She does not want people parking on the street. She only wants 3 cars in the yard. The lady communicated with her and told her, hey, the venue would not allow my girls to come in early to get dressed and all of that. I need them to come to the Airbnb and get dressed. She clearly stated that. She did not ask them to stay. The lady got on the video and was like, oh, you guys only told me 2 people were staying there. The bridal party was not staying there. They were only there to get dressed. She told them, oh, you need to go find somewhere else. She said, why am I going to get somewhere else that they're only going to be there for 3 hours? Like, what is the problem with that? Like, I don't understand that. And I get it. That's your place. You want to have all of these boundaries, and that's fine. You are allowed to have your own boundaries. But if it's going to be like that, I don't want it. That's just like these stylists that have all of these rules. Like, it is my choice. I don't want it. It is your choice to have those rules and restrictions. But come on, it was the lady wedding day. Like, you could not put all of that to the side to say, hey, I know you guys aren't going to be living here. I know you ain't here to turn up. I know you're here to get dressed. Go ahead and do your thing. Instead of you showing that compassion, you say, oh, I need you out immediately. That was just terrible. I'm sorry. That, as a host, I feel like that was terrible. You found no way to try to accommodate them. Even if you said, hey, can y'all come in 3 at a time and get dressed or makeup? You just immediately said, oh, no, you have to go. If that place is so sacred to you, boo, take it off of Airbnb.
Raina Tart, ain't nobody else gonna book with you, girl. You have way too many rules, and then you post a video and then you turn the comments off, so we can't even comment. Plain and simple, if you are an Airbnb host, we understand that you have to make your money, but all the rules that you have and all the guidelines that you have is unnecessary. I feel so bad for that bridal party who got put out on their wedding day. That should never have happened. When you are getting married, it's already stressful as it is. Okay, and you want to find some place that's comfortable for you so you guys can enjoy your time and, you know, prepare for your wedding day. And that was just shady business. So no one's gonna book with you. We're gonna give you 0 stars on Yelp and wherever else we can give you 0 stars at. So yeah,
Y'all would literally hate me. That whole Airbnb bride situation, Airbnb host kicked out the bride. I thought the Airbnb host is not wrong at all, like by far not wrong. When you only hear one side of the story, which was the bride's side, at first I was like, yeah, that's kind of fucked up. Like, damn, she only had one person over and you kicked her out. But when you actually go and watch the Airbnb's host side, it's a completely different story. And this is exactly how story times consistently go. And I feel like after hearing both stories, the Airbnb host was not wrong. Like, and mind you, this is my perception because I used to be a chronic people pleaser. So I feel like when you stop people pleasing and you start doing stuff for yourself, having boundaries, standing on business about yourself and what you want to allow, people call you selfish, people say you're a bad person, all types of stuff. But at the end of the day, it's the entitlement for me. And if I was an Airbnb host, and this is coming from a black girl, black all the way around, I would have kicked her ass out too.
Bet not nan ho play with me or my girls on my wedding day. And to the Airbnb host that put the bridal party out because they was over the count, but that amount of people didn't sleep at the Airbnb that night, you know them girls was in there getting their hair and makeup did for the wedding. It's fucking 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning. Ain't no partying or none of that going on. And you got the nerve to say if they don't leave, you're going to call your sheriff brother. Bitch, when I tell you me and my girls would have been waiting on you and your goddamn sheriff brother to come put us up out this motherfucker that we paid for the weekend. It's my wedding day and you think you about to cause a confusion at my wedding day because you don't want us in your house. And the fact that you live across the street just means that you want to be one of them nosy old hoes that look for something to have a problem with, that just want to cause a problem. But see, that's why you got your fucking listing taken off of Airbnb. And to the bride, I hope you had a beautiful, amazing wedding. I'm a 2026 bride, and y'all already know. Bet not nan ho play with me or my girls on my wedding day. Thank you.
That Airbnb host that kicked out that bride and her bridal party out of the Airbnb was 100% right. I heard both sides of the story, and I agree with the Airbnb host, because if you book for 2, which the lady did, and then you happen to bring 6 in, would have been fine. You happen to bring 7 in, that's not the rules. And the part that people are missing is the part of entitlement. A lot of people these days feel entitled. Just because I'm having a wedding, just because I have a special event, I should be able to do this. No. I'm sure it would be a different circumstance if the lady booked for 6 because the maximum capacity was 6, but she didn't want to pay for 6 guests, let's clock it. If she paid for 6 and then said to the host, by the way, there's one extra person coming just for like a 10-minute overlap while the 6th person leaves. So it's going to be 7 in the house for 10 minutes. I guarantee you the host would have been like, that's fine, no problem. If you book for 2, knowing that you have a wedding, knowing that people are getting ready at the Airbnb, you are wrong because you did not book for the amount of people that you should have. And every bride knows the time that you're supposed to check into your venue. So if the venue check-in time was 12 and you need to get ready before that, why would you book an Airbnb of just 2 people? That makes no sense. You were trying to cut corners and then say to the Airbnb host, oh, because I'm the bride and it's my wedding day, you should just accommodate me. She doesn't have to. She really doesn't have to. You didn't follow the rules at all. If she says only 3 people are allowed to park in the driveway and you had more than 3 cars, that's a real break. If they say don't park on the road and you're parking on the road, you're breaking the rules. If they say it's up to 6 guests, mind you, she would probably have to go back and charge her card for 6 guests. You did not automatically say from the beginning when you first booked that there were 6 guests. Honestly, this is just about entitlement, and a lot of people feel entitled and think that they can just do whatever. And I'm also that type of person where it's just like, I'm not going to allow you to do whatever because you're demanding. And that's what the Airbnb host said. She was demanding, expecting that I just have to bend the rules for her. It doesn't work like that. At the end of the day, consideration goes a long way. And yes, the Airbnb host could have allowed her, but she didn't have to because she probably felt that you knew the venue didn't open till 12. You knew you were going to have a lot of people in my house and you didn't even tell me from the beginning when you first booked. You're being sneaky. Bye. Get the hell out the house. I don't blame her. And to be honest, as someone that travels often, that's why I don't book Airbnb, because there is so many rules that you have to abide by. Same thing happens to me. I remember it was like 4 or 5 years ago. I booked the Airbnb. I said it was for 2 people. We ended up having 5 people in there, and the guy got upset and charged my card. I ended up going into a dispute with Airbnb, but I didn't even argue with him. I understood where he was coming from because I broke the rules.